You're definitely on the right path, Rocky. In dealing with all these obstacles. You make it seem so easy. How do you make it seem so easy? How do you do what you do? What is that thing about you, Rocky?
Today. There we go. There we go. This is, and we are under the groove podcast. Welcome everybody. One of them days, y'all know how it go. This is what we do. We fight through the BS. You know, this is part of the struggle, man. You got to keep on keeping on. You got to get down what you get down. I'm for all that. Stay focused on the focus. Great day. Grand rising, everybody. I hope that everybody is doing well in spite of the struggles you guys face individually or collectively. You got to stay in this fight, y'all. That brings me to this question. Well, first off, let me say again, welcome to Under the Blue Podcast. And this is touching bases with the people. This is where we focus on the focus. We get down with the get out, and people will always come before paper. This is where we see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. We keeping everything above board. This is how we rock. This is how we become empowered. All right. This is an empowering platform. Let's empower one another. All right. So it's again one of them days. One of those days, people. That being said, I want to address something. Again, it's the youth. It's our youth, man, and YNs, man, and everything that's going on. I watched the podcast today. Like I said, I'm to the point where I don't normally watch certain podcasts, but someone sent me a link and they said, check this out. So I went and checked out one brother, in particular, Compton Rick Rock. I appreciate his channel. I appreciate the piece he put out today, man. I thought it was informative, educational, and also it was one of those episodes episodes where he's trying to speak positivity to the young leaders. He's trying to let them know, man, there's no win in this get out. There's no one up. All right. YN, y'all need to understand that there's no one up. Everyone loses. Whether you lay somebody down, man, or get caught up in laying someone down, nobody wins. All right. So I want to send that shout out to Rick Rock for that piece. Like I said, I thought it was informative, man. It was straight, it was solid, and he was hitting the nail on the head, hollering to Youngs, man. And he also touched or tapped in on those older idiots that is in their way or in some form of fashion condoning stuff. All right. So again, I want to give him his props, man, give him his medals for that. That was a good piece, Captain Rick Rock, man. I appreciate it, man. More power to you, brother. All right. That being said, send this to me, not just that link, but another link, rap news and street politics. I think the channel is. That stuff I said before the summer started. I said, man, y'all have to see what's going on in society. This thing is rigged. It's gonna be rigged to such an extent that when the summer hits, the shit's gonna start. Shit started. I mean, it's like not only like I predicted, but others have predicted. And summer's over. This thing is going. It's full throttle. This is bad, man. All right. This is bad, man. We got these young men thinking that this is the get out. This is the thing to do to each other. And it's not. You brothers are not winning. You brothers are not winning up on nobody. In other words, you're subtracting from yourself. You're subtracting from those men that look just like you. You guys are winning. Now you're on a coach ship. anything, especially when you consider what you're doing it for your hood, yourself, your gang. None of which any of you own. You know, you lose, you claim these streets, man. Again, don't nobody own these streets, man. Don't nobody on these streets, especially the so-called gangbangers. You know, you do barely feed yourselves, house yourselves, clothe yourselves. Man. You guys, you're going down the wrong path. I just need to say this because I think that silence contributes to violence. All right. I'm the kind of brother I'm gonna speak up like I should. I'm gonna speak out like I should. This just don't go to Main Street, Hoover's, East Coast, 60 neighborhoods, blood, you know, Denver Lane, any of them. This goes to everybody, man. This is not a fight. Any of you guys are gonna win, you know? Because like I said, you're fighting for something you don't own. You're fighting for something you don't even possess purely, man. Those people, when they decide, like I said the other day, to come in and change the name of Hoover, Main Street, Crenshaw, they can't. They could do it anymore, you know. Then what you claiming? Then what you claiming? If you don't have ownership of this stuff, you guys call yourselves representing, you have nothing. Just a lot of bravado, a lot of senseless violence. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to that. Again, there's in your actions, there is no means. There are no means where you can pay for the life you live in. You know what I mean? Where you game bang, you're not paying for your clothes in such a way where you're not committing acts of violence and crimes to do it. You don't have a mortgage, you don't pay rent, car notes. You know, most of you guys, man, are just, you know, you're on the wayside, man, waiting for something to fall in your lap. You know, for some of you, it happened. You know, a thing or two, you know, fall in your lap. You know what you guys do with that? You squander it. You squander it. You don't put it to use. You don't go and get your mama, you know, your little brother, your daughter, your son. You do is go squander this stuff on name brand clothes, fake jewelry, you know, things of that nature, blunts, drugs. Ain't none of this stuff may get y'all nowhere. And y'all in the same spot. The same spot. You went nowhere, man. You went nowhere. And this stuff that you guys are in leads to nowhere. One or two places, y'all. Prison or in the graveyard. When you end up in prison, because chances are, if you're in this game, like you know, you're really professing, you're all on social media pages, showing your face up in the bank, gang of crap, you're gonna end up in prison. And guess what? Them same dudes you called yourself hating, y'all gonna be side to side on them yards and level floors, man, warring against other races. You're gonna come to trust them. You're gonna come to know them. You're gonna break bread with them. You know, all that's gonna happen. All that's gonna happen. Don't believe what nobody telling y'all that's been there. You know, a lot of them dudes, they got phones. They do little platforms or whatever. They drop episodes and they talk gang and shit. But guess what? When they hit the yard, trust me, man, they walk in a straight line. They're not on the yard with the BS. They talking behind them doors, man. Trust them. Trust them, man. You brothers owe it to yourselves to do more than what you're doing. You're wasting your lives. All right? You're wasting your lives. For those who've already ended up where you are, and you happen to be listening to this message, you know I am. You know I am. You're a young boy sitting on the shelf, 60, 70 years to life, 100, 120 years to life. Know what that means? Be a cold day before they let you out. Chances are you're gonna die in there. You know. So for you brothers that's not in that position yet, but you're making reservations to get there, I need you to know what to expect when you get there, man. It ain't all hunky dory. It ain't all, hood. Because when them politics happen on them level floors, hey, man, but one thing ain't gonna save you. That's another black from another set, look just like you. You're gonna want to be, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. If it's for weaponization, getting your issues right and understanding strategy and all that, you're gonna have to work with that same brother from that same set that you got call yourself having issues with. All right, that's where y'all gonna be, man. In fact, some of y'all gonna be Sally's. Facts, facts. Yeah. So I'm just saying to you, young YNs, man. The picture's bigger than what y'all seeing, man. The picture's bigger than what y'all are seeing. There's a lot at stake. There is a lot at stake. The brother, man, Pope said the other day, do you guys understand the value? Do you understand what value is and how can it be threatened? One of the points he was making is we threaten our own value. We threaten the value of self by not knowing what our worth is. So we squander it. You dudes is in the balance right now and don't even know it, man. Ain't nothing fly about this shit. Trust me. You're not getting away with nothing, man. That's just the way it is. And if the cameras don't get you, the eyes don't get you. Guess who's gonna get you? Somebody told some shit to us. Somebody was with you when you did something. They're gonna tell the next individual that you did this. And next thing you know, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram gonna put you out here. You're not gonna get away with it. You're not gonna get away with it. It could be the end you went on a lick with. He get caught on a hand bug and thinking he can get up out of it. Might rat you out. Might rat you out, man. At the end of that whole process, man, a lot of you don't realize, man, it wasn't. You dudes ain't nobody went up on nobody. Trust them. Only one winning, man, is one sitting back, watching it, knowing everybody that's involved, don't think they don't, and letting y'all do this, letting y'all handle yourselves. When they feel convenient, when they feel ready, they're gonna come get you. Chances are when they come get you, their hope is when they press you hard enough that you give up some more of your own. Nobody else. Nobody's gonna win. Not this fight. Not this fight. Right? So I just want to send that to you, YNs, man. You young brothers, man, need to understand your value, your worth. It's not in the streets how y'all pushing it, how y'all exhibiting it. Your worth is greater than that, man. Like I said, I don't care where you from, man. I don't the majority of guys. But man, you're not gonna win. Just get out. Trust me. One or two things is gonna occur. Prison or death. And to me, being in prison for life, man, you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to. You're not gonna want to be there 5 years. The 5th year, you're gonna be like, oh hell no. And don't be there when another one passes away. Your mama, your dad, your brother, sister. You were everywhere but except where you were supposed to be. At home, looking out for them, protecting them, providing for them, making sure the family is secure and it's growing. You sitting up in prison with a whole lot of other dudes, man. They burying your mama, man, or your loved one. You can't even attend. It's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks, man. I mean that. For the old people who are saying, man, fuck what I'm talking about. All right. That reality step in and shock your ass right back into the present. Then you'll know. But you don't gotta let it get to that. It ain't gotta ever get to that, man. You brothers start loving yourselves, understand again your worth and your value. And don't squander your life over bullshit. Now I get that there's a lot of us, and there's a lot of vengeance. Dudes want vengeance. The loss of life of loved one, homeboy. All that you get is more of the same. That's why that's what I mean by nobody's gonna win. Nobody's gonna win. We have to get to the point where we love ourselves enough to, okay, man, not turn the blind eye, but forgive, so that you can move on and you can grow. You can become the aspiring father, a teacher, a mentor to somebody that needs the same guidance that you lack, that you don't know you need. You brothers got to figure this shit out, man. You got a lot of people out here wanting to see you guys win and succeed the right way, rather than seeing you guys crash out. You brothers is doing this shit all. And listen, they know. They know. For some of y'all, they can let you pile up so that there'll be no defense when they get you. Facts, man. They know exactly who's who. Street talk. The streets talk. Like I said, the honest guy don't get you. Tag you, give them an identification of who you are. It's gonna be somebody that somebody that know you, that know them. You know how that people go. You know how to get out. That shit's real. All right. Now, put that up against this. And this is I want to say a fact. When the Mormon people come, then what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna have that same bravado. Y'all gonna protect y'all hood, same. You gonna bear arms against the government. When they come on your side and tell you can't hang on this shit, you killing folks. What you gonna do? What you gonna do then? Y'all bad, right? Y'all bold. There ain't nothing scary about you. You ain't no coward, right? What you gonna do then? Gonna go in the hide? You're gonna be out there front, trying to exercise your constitutional rights. I doubt it, because I don't think most of you know what your constitutional rights are. So how would you defend being able to stand on the sidewalk and it ain't nobody's business why you standing there? But as soon as them people come in them uniforms and them M5s and them M16s and them Hummers and shit, y'all gonna get out the way. Y'all gonna let them invade your territory. The same shit y'all willing to kill brothers and live just like y'all for, but y'all ain't gonna do none of them. Y'all ain't gonna do none of them. You will not be able to hang on this shit you willing to kill for when they come. What you gonna do then? Huh? How you gonna represent the set then? I like to see that, man. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You gonna get out there. You gonna get out. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the case. Then I have to say that's some power shit, man. For real. See, now in this moment, this is when you really supposed to represent what you're talking. You're gonna have a whole bunch of crackers coming through there telling you, get off the sidewalk, bro. Where you live. We'll get there. Matter of fact, come here. Spread them. They got guns too. They coming to punk y'all. I'm telling you. That's what they coming to do. They coming to show y'all that y'all ain't really that bad. I don't think they too much worried about it. We're gonna see who's gonna be the most worried when they pull up. We're gonna see who the real downers are, what the real warrior soldiers are for real now. Because that's gonna happen. Ask your brothers in Chicago what's going on right now. Right. All them cats that was doing that to each other, man, ain't nothing going down in Chicago today. When them guns at that, where's that hope, that bravado? Where's that courage? Pretty sure many of them, well, man, shit, I don't own this street, fuck them, they can have it. You know, it's weak shit, man. You know, like I said, you couldn't kill your own brother for that same shit, you know, that you representing, but you ain't willing to stand up to these people when they come to clear your ass out. Y'all on some power shit. Straight up. Straight up. And then to our so-called G's, all you brothers, man, just sitting in the wings, man, watching this shit occur. You know, one or two things is occurring as you look at it. In your mindset, I guess, I imagine, is that either you scared of these youngsters, you scared to tell the truth, you scared to tell them, hey man, knock that shit off. Dude. That's it. Or either you promoting that shit. It's one or the other. Can't be both. Can't be both. Well, maybe you promote it because you're scared. You want them to think you down to, you know, Eugene's been through some shit. Y'all know the outcome of this shit, man, better than we do. Ain't saying nothing, man. Y'all not saying nothing to these kids, man. You know? And I think that's some shit. Just my opinion. But ruffle feathers is fine too. You know? But when I see loved ones, I talk to them, especially the young. Man, what you doing, homie? Working? Take care of your business. I'm not asking you who God did you put in the work. Amen. None of that. Because I understand, man, that shit don't get you nowhere, man. I'm not trying to help you make reservations, man, to a demise, man, to the demise of your life. Like I say, either dead in prison, either or, you ain't doing that. Might well be dead. But I don't see that shit to young ones. You know? In fact, see, some young ones, when I hey man, you got one holler here. Hey bro, nah, they gonna miss hollering at me because they pretty much know what I want to say. I want to speak truth to power, man, to young ones. Ain't nothing wrong with representing your community unless that representation is the destruction of other communities with people in them just like you, and the destruction of your own community based on the action that you take. See, all that shit brings back death and destruction, you know, just more the same. Just more the same. Ain't nothing wrong with ripping your step, man, when you are doing it right. And the right way is to have some type of ownership, some type of responsibility, accountability in your community, to where you ain't have bullshit where it's gonna put you and others in jeopardy. Not only that, but you want to own something on that get out. So when people come and want to take your shit, you can say, "No, you can't take this. It's mine. Here's proof." You know, if you don't got that, man, yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. You just want to rep some shit. You want to fit in, you know. But if you really want to, where you're supposed to want to own it. You know, you're supposed to want to have some ownership, take some responsibility, you know, for that area, for that community, for that state, for that hood. That's the real way to deal with it. You know, That means you brothers is on your game. What's the game? It ain't game. You're talking about the game of life. You know, we're talking about brothers being responsible, financially responsible, politically responsible, socially responsible, you know, and educated. Y'all can't do none of that if you ain't educated, man. You can't do none of that if your finances ain't right. You can't do none of that if you don't understand how politics work. You can't do none of that if your standing in society is below the norm. Most of the people in your own communities ain't gonna support you. We all know some of them call the police on you. Let's be real, man. But you reference some shit you have no control over. That you're not going to better. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way to represent something. You know, it's the wrong way. Back to what I was saying about the older guys, man, our so-called Jews. Yeah, man, we have an obligation because we know better. We may not even save all of it, man, because someone won't be recalcitrant, you know, defiant, you know, reluctant even listen to what we got to say. Then okay, get to those who will stop and listen for a few minutes. Hope to see them again, if not in the same day, the next day. Same message, a little deeper. That's our work, man. We owe it to our community to do that. You know, a lot of us have reason why these young princes happen where they're at. And at this stage, and at the age a lot of you are, how y'all want to go, man? Wait a minute, man. I got to say something, because this shit ain't right. That's all I'm saying, man. We gonna get in this shit. We got to get in this shit right. We got to save young brothers and sisters, man, from this bullshit. And again, this is senseless violence. This senseless violence. We killing each other. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Let one of the crackers come through and shoot your brother, man. Everybody up and on. But the same brother probably was in the street doing, doing the shit they do. But you're gonna defend that. Come on, man. It's time, man, that we get this shit together, man, and stop turning the blind eye, man. Silence equals violence. Straight up, it equals violence. If you're not standing up, standing out, talking about what ails our community, letting young brothers know this is not the way to go, part of the problem. Part of the problem. You know, a lot of Jews, man, as I see it, they get involved with nonprofit. You know, I'm not involved in nonprofits. I don't know. I'm not a nonprofit. But if their nonprofits are saying, well, we're more concerned with 10-year-olds and lower, hey, man, that y'all fighting the cause. It's all good, man. I'll tell you why. Because the same ones you elected to get at, to ensure, you know, the lace and God and help, man, just give them words of wisdom. Them the same ones, the ones y'all talking about dealing with, the 10-year-olds who are there. They're looking at this machoism, this bravado, this fake courage, man. You know what I'm saying? These guns, you know, the whole lifestyle. That's their influence. That's their influence, man. They go to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. They see this stuff after they sit with y'all for an hour or two inside. You know, after you guys give them safe couches or whatever, you get to where they can, you know, even while they did on social media. So, you know, again, I think it's almost a losing battle you're fighting. If you're not willing to address them all, you know, It doesn't make sense to just apportion. The cancer is going to spread regardless. That's what cancer does. Them bad cells, they reset your cells. That's what cancer does. You do know this. You organizations supposed to know this. You got to dig deeper than what you're digging. You know, get this funding from whoever y'all get this funding from and put it on the set. You guys talking about y'all linked up and y'all work together. And y'all link up, walk together, do all these steps, man. Everybody, somebody, all these G's, man, start walking through these sets. Some of the people y'all know from these sets is doing all this crazy shit. Make it a habit. Do that not shit, man. You know, where you got somebody from everywhere, replicas, man. Where you know people's safety is okay. If that's the worry. If that's what you guys are worried about, get the right people, man. Work with you. Start making some changes, man. I'm telling you, the way this is going, man, don't look like no changes coming anytime soon. That's all I want to say about that, man. I might say some more later. Brothers wake up, man. The old, the so-called OGs, the old heads, the elders now, man. Got to be elders, man. Have to be elders. What do elders do? What are elders for? Supposed to teach, man. Supposed to lead. That's what elders are supposed to do. See, that's what elders need to be doing. What they should be. Again, it's not me saying anybody better do anything, and that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying though, based on what you've been, based on your experiences, just have enough in you to tell them cats, man, nah, this ain't the way, man. This ain't gonna get you nothing but jail or death. So that goes for the old heads that love their communities and start hollering at brothers and sisters, man. Got to start talking to them. All right. So I'm gonna leave that on the table. Again, we might speak about it again, but we need to start being more proactive. You know, we have a responsibility, man, to make sure our community, the people in them, are well, have a chance to live. That's it. All right. So that being said, man, again, I want to say shouts and blessings to the group. This is the Royal Group Congregation. This is how we get down, man. I appreciate everyone's patience. I wanted to say that. Uh, it needs to be said. And I actually didn't even go in. I'm trying to be just rational, you know, speak truth to power, you know, without really offending anyone. You know, that's not my game. I don't want to offend nobody, you know. But I want to be able to say what needs to be said. Like I said, a few feathers may be ruffled. You know, who the hell you think he is? They can't say. I ain't got to talk about none of that. But I know I'm the guy on this platform that's trying to push for unity amongst brothers. At the very least, I'm trying to get brothers to understand that there's a necessity for brothers to fall back from this BS they don't have. If I can't get you to do it, man, trust. There's someone up in the White House, like I said, gonna prove my point. And that's gonna be shameful. If you ask me, that's just gonna be some shameful stuff to watch that take place. Yeah. So hey, here we are. Let's focus. Focus. Let's get out. Get out. Yeah, people over paper. And I want to say, game bangers need to die so brothers and sisters can live. All right, game bangers dead, straight up. Lisa Moore, how's your sister? Hey, blessings to you, sis. I see you. Blessings, big bro. Peace and love to the kings and queens in the chat. Yeah, this group is where it's at. We come in here, we chop it up, we lay it down so people to see, the bits and pieces of what we're talking about so they get a part, comprehend what's being laid before them, all right? I appreciate the presence in the ground as always. Grand rise to everybody. Jay Stone, what it do, loved one? I see you. All love, all love. Wild Bunch, let them do super. All right, homie. Where you at with it, man? Where you at with it? Michelle Hall said, good evening to the kings and queens in the chat group. This is the Royal Group Congregation. This is where we sit down, man. We don't necessarily hold a church, but we chop it up, man. We go in, man. We sit down and we enjoy each other's input, the comments, man, ideas, wisdom, and knowledge. Education also plays a role in this stuff we doing on here. So that Al Thomas, brother. Al Thomas said, welcome under the groove. Good evening. Blessings, brothers and sisters. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I say all those things. I say when we get to the subscribe, though, if you see fit, this might not be the one for you. I mean, you might have to go over the No Jumper or one of them where they keep that bullshit going. Got a few other platforms. They talk a good one, but what they doing is promoting the bullshit. They spill it. They spill this tight. But you got to see the forest for the trees, man. It's all into this BS. It's all into the BS. All right. But hey, out. Good seeing you. Get out, brother. Wild Bunch said we protect our own as we should. As we should, bro. As we should. But my question is, all right, to what end? We're protecting our home for what reason? What's the objective? We protect them, to live, to be, or to do, become what? I think that's a question I'm asking the group. We protect our home to what end? For what reason? For what reason? Because we got a lot in our room, in our we have a lot of our own. Really, need to get rid of. Need to get rid of. A lot of them don't deserve that love, that protection, especially if it's been laid down and applied correct. A lot of people ain't on that. I agree with you, though. We need to protect our own. Yeah. But to what end? For what reason? So let's see if you can, hit me with that. Give me some feedback on that, if you will. All right. Appreciate the comment though, Wild Bunch. Mr. CP said, what's good, family? Shout out from Youngstown, Ohio. You just talking about Ohio the other day. Ohio's in the house again. Hey, come on, man. We appreciate the presence, Mr. CP. We appreciate your presence, bro. Appreciate you back up and get out with us. That's a good look, man. And I hope you brothers down there in Youngstown, Ohio, in the state of Ohio, man, they're coming together, waking up. We need to wake up, man. I don't care what state we in, what city of the state. Brothers need to wake up and get it together. Get it together. All right. Youngstown, more than welcome, man. This is, and we are, under the grove. This is what we get it in, y'all. No fear. Ali Free. Hold on. Conscious Mind said, Big Bub, this year we've been boycotting holidays cancel Thanksgiving, cancel Christmas, cancel New Year's until they respect us. We need to stop giving them our money. Let's shut it down, everyone. Good point. Good suggestion, even greater suggestion. The respect aspect of it is this, I think. There'll be no respect from the other side, man, until there's respect of self first. And respect of self in such a way where, again, you're not forcing nobody to respect nothing, you know, but our actions, what we do, how we do it, will garner respect unasked for, whether it be behind closed doors or on podiums. They'll give it. They'll give it free. They'll pander it to us. A lot of them will, but until we respect ourselves, you know, thinking that if we boycott monetarily, those things that they thrive in, that line their pockets from our purchase to their pockets, that's not going to garner us respect. It's just not. That is a start. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, because you hurt string the pockets of those corporations, businesses. But they have think tanks. They have machines, man, where they'll figure some stuff out. They'll create some more shit. They'll create some shit and put it on the guise of black culture, black creation, and sell it to your ass. See if you buy it then. That's what they do. That's what they do, man. But I'm with you, conscious mind. I'm out anyway. I don't want to spend the money right Christmas time anyway, giving them real fun on these. I mean, I remember as a child, man, I wanted everything under the tree, man. You feel me? G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, Evil Knievel motorcycle, big wheels, Hot Wheel tracks. Yeah, man. I had an understanding there. I was just a kid, man. And parents back then, like I say, whether they had money or not, man, it would probably say every Christmas and Thanksgiving was a miracle. Because I don't know how mom did it. She just did it. Nowadays, I have a great understanding of what this stuff is all about. So I support boycotting everything and anything that siphons our resources. And then our resources, to some extent, is our dollars, all right? But our greatest resource is us. All right? Now, these holidays are backed by these corporations, man, where they exploit us, the main resource, to get what they want, how they want, when they want. That's just a fact. But I'm with you, bro. I appreciate you. Get out, Chris Mind. You know how it goes, bro. One love, right? One love. Ali Freeman says yes. Will Rogers Park, no more. Catanilla Park, no more. Catanella, Centinela Park, no more. They're gonna shut it all down. You won't be up in there hanging out. Manchester Park, with gang members congregate. Now, this is how to get us out the park. Out of the park. And guess who comes in? Guess who comes in the parks and play on the swings and soccer and basketball and get all the resources the city want to put into the gyms and all stuff parks will offer to the community. Guess who's gonna give them? See, once we go, there it is. There's for thinking. Again, though, we have to take responsibility and accountability for what's coming down the pipes of us and what's going to happen. If we're not willing, man, to see the big picture, man, we're going to suffer. We're going to continue to suffer. And I think, again, man, that's just a waste. For us to keep continuing to suffer, that means, man, we're spending energies, man, just to stay alive, just to survive, man, for nothing. We got to regenerate energy, man, positivity, man, to get over all this negativity. Fact of the matter is, the majority of us aren't on the same page. We on the same page. We doing what we're supposed to do. Sentinel, Will Rock, Manchester, Southport, the Jesse Owens, all these parks where our community, for generations, people in our community for generations have gone to picnic, barbecue, shot hoop, even congregate, would be lost to us. They're gonna chase us out the parks, like they're gonna chase us out of the strip mall, out in front of liquor stores, out in front of the apartment buildings. They're gonna do all that. When they get rid of us, hey, they don't take no rocket scientists to figure this out. Man. It's right in our face. But you got a good point, Ali. That's gonna happen. But we ain't got it together, man. So they're gonna be able to do all that. Our Thomas said, peace and blessings, queens. Okay, yeah, our sisters, that's one love. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Yeah, man. Yeah. Lisa Moore, she's answering Conscious Mind's comment. She says, Conscious Mind, boycotting sounds like a wonderful idea. I've been boycotting for years now, and I save a lot of money too. Black first. Yeah. So, and now, here's the thing, Councilman. So we boycott. What vendor do we go to now? Or then, if we're boycotting these one holiday and all these stores that promote the holiday, all right? Now, if you got something in the comment that I haven't gotten to it yet, but that was just a thought that's spraying in my head, all right? So let me scroll. You scroll down. Our Thomas says, there will be no winners in this so-called war, only losers collectively. Black gain, black loss, erased to the bottom. Erased to the bottom. Way to put that, man. So, Jay Stone, here's another relevant question. It's actually a good question. He said, Bud, what examples do they have besides the streets? Good question. Good question. I say this is what I say to that. And just so everybody know, I don't have an answer for everything, but I have thoughts. And one of my thoughts is this. Sometimes we have to reinvent, not just or necessarily ourselves sometimes. We have to reinvent, recreate our community, our environment, our thought processes. There are a lot of examples other than streets, man. It's just that the streets have been placed and pushed before the eyes of the people, man, at such a rate degree that it's hard to see anything else. The streets is not the only example for the YN for any of us. It's just the streets have been played upon us in such a way we think it's everything. We think the streets is everything, man. And it's not. The streets are not. You have all kind of examples on these streets, man. They're learning places, institutions of education. There's all kinds of stuff, man, that these brothers and sisters can get into. There are nonprofits. I just spoke of who hopefully have programs that would take the YNs, the young boys, brothers and sisters off the streets, man, and to introduce them to something other than the streets, man. There are all kind of examples. There are all kind of examples that can educate our people, man, other than the streets, you know. And that question, I don't think you posed to me specifically. I think you addressed in it, but I think that question, man, should be geared towards the group. What are the other examples that we have or that they have at their disposal other than streets? You know, chime in, people. Let's find out. Let's discuss that. What other examples do we have other than the streets? Good comment, good question, Stone. I have to say that. All right. Conscious mindset leads more. This is the move. Glad you've been doing it. We spend way too much money. White people, way too much money. White these people daily. I right. My bad. Conscious mind. If I missed something, we spend way too much money with these. I get it. Okay, it's the word. With these people daily. Time for change. Bible, y'all. Let's say. So then going to my question, where are the black vendors? Now I know there are black farmers and they're in the struggle too. Black farmers, man. The government is there on their neck, man, trying to wipe them out. But black farmers do exist. They grow produce. They grow, cattle and shit, they exist. I'd like to think they have normal markets as well. You know, very few and far between as compared to the other people, but they exist. Clothing vendors, you know, um, uh, black realtors, you know, black owned businesses exist, but again, they're not put before us like the others are. You know what I mean? They're all kind of black products. I'm pretty sure me and my wife and I were looking for black businesses to do work for us, all right? Things we wanted done. And it was difficult finding, and I said to her, I said, "Shit, we need to find out where these brothers and sisters are who do the type of work that we need done, you know? Um, we were hard pressed to find, black in the field of work or skill we needed, to get things how we want to do on our side. Where are I even went online and looked up the Black Businessman Bureau or something to that effect. But the website, it didn't provide like uh, referrals, you know, of business of black businessmen and women in different fields. Like I said, man, we wanted something specific. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. I'd rather give my dollars to another little sister than I would anyone else. Fact, it was a fact. Yeah. But again, we were just talking the other night about networking, and this is a part of it. This is why we need to network so that we know where to go if ever time if shit gets out of hand and they start closing supermarkets and everything else, where we going, man? Where we gonna get what we need, the necessities we need to sustain ourselves? They shut all these stores, then what? So this is why I suggested the other day. Yeah, we're supposed to have networks set up, in every city in the state, in every state in the country, where blacks can go and do business with other blacks. Then the other raise that. I mean, on the scale that it it seems to be like 10 to 1. You know, every other race has it. Other races go to their own people for services and goods. I mean, willing. I mean, without fault, they know where to go. All over the damn place. For us, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. This the type of stuff we supposed to be on. We're not supposed to be on this lunacy, man, this idiocy, this ignorant shit, man, of people on. Like I said, man, if we shut shit down, where we go to get the things we need to survive. All right. But I hear loud for the conscious mind. I appreciate that comment. I'm sure the group does as well. Michelle Hall says, "By black, I'm with that. Black first. Fat Black evolved." He says, 1992 National Guard established martial law with virtually no resistance. Real talk. I was in jail. I was in prison when that happened. And they killed people, man. One of the homies was gunned down. You know, they killed brothers and sisters. They sure did. So that happened then. Imagine with a guy like you said, no resistance. I said it's gonna be just utter cowardice. Gonna get out the way. Gonna get out the way. They're gonna go into hibernation. Hibernation is where they be going. You know, hoping that okay, well, in a week they'll leave, and I can go back to my antics. I can go back down the street and be the badass like I run these streets, no run shit. You're gonna be ran off. Yeah. If the streets is the example, is the only example, then what? I don't know, man. But good point, Fat Rat. Oh, appreciate that, man. And I have to ask you, that name is not familiar to me. Fat Rat. Oh, man, welcome to this Get Out, brother. This is, and you are Under the Groove podcast, man. This is where we keep everything above board, homie. We see no evil, we speak no evil, and we hear no evil. All right. We do this thing, man, like we supposed to. We focus on the focus. All right. And we're with the get out. We want to get out with the get out. All right. So you're more than welcome to be a part of this now. This group right here, we gonna create a new name. Where a new name was created last Tuesday. This is the Royal Group Congregation. You are more than welcome, brother. All right. There's no membership needed. You know, just come on in, man. Come on in. You ain't got to pay for that. You ain't got to pay for none of this. Show up. What we got here, man? Moving together, man. Lisa Moore said, man, that's right, brother. Conscious line. I totally agree. We're moving together. Black first. Hmm. Wild Bush. Wild Bush 1128 said, I've been growing up on the 110th all my life. He was all I knew, big homie. Listen up, one. I hear you loud and clear. Our family got here in 1965 from Oklahoma City. We lived, other than on Hoover, I'm 61, my whole life, in the aside from the time, all that time I did in prison and jail. I can name only two other areas of community we lived in. Only two. You know, we lived on Madden, where the 60s are, and we live on 83rd and Granite. Everywhere else is Hoover territory. I've been Hoover my whole life, man. You know, but I refuse to say or allow myself to say Hoover is all I know. You know, Hoover's been part of my growth, truly. You know, it's part of my life. But what I do know is that, man, it's bigger than Hoover, home. Especially when we're talking about us. See, all I know now is that we need to come together. That's not saying that I'm going to forget about it, discard Hoover, throw it to the left, abandon it. No, that's not going to happen. But I won't allow myself to say Hoover is all I know. You shouldn't do the same. You shouldn't do that to yourself. It's a lot, you know. There's a lot you can. You have to be willing to allow yourself to imbibe and learn, to educate yourself on things other than Hoover. That's your community, bro. You're supposed to be a part of it. All right. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. But you want to know more than that. You want to know more than that. You want to know that who needs you. That their love comes up and down with the man that needs you. A lot of them don't know it. A lot of them don't know where to start in terms of getting their minds right, getting their lives together. Maybe you have your mind right, your life together. You could be an example. Who ain't be the only thing you know if all you know, loved one. That's all I'm saying. You know, man, you've been there your whole life. You know who you got that down pat. Time to go. It's time to go. It's time to include, man, something more to your life experience. You know, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, man. Who's all you know? That's fine. I know who my whole, but I'm not gonna subject myself to knowing just that. There's a lot, man, that you could know. A lot that you can come in, that you can educate yourself on. That'll probably help you to help Hoover. This Hoover is all you've been in your whole life to evolve. Don't put yourself in that pigeonhole like that, homie. Allow yourself to expand and grow. Allow yourself to see a bigger picture. You know, Hoover can still be painted on that canvas in that picture, but that picture is broad, man. You feel me? Allow that to happen. Allow yourself to know more. All right. Conscious mind is gonna say that these young brothers and sisters need to get a trade like agriculture and construction. We all need to learn how to farm and grow our own food. Better start prepping, stock up on water and food. Real spit. I grew up, excuse me, y'all. Like I said, we poor for the most part. Uh, in spite of that, I used to grow tomatoes, green beans, onions, squash, beets. Man, I used to do that shit in my backyard, and we ate that shit. You know, my mom taught us that I can grow any damn thing. I can build anything that my family and I need. You can raise cattle if I need to. You dig? Uh, I'm not going to be at the mercy, man. If shit go bad, when it go bad, we won't be at the mercy of a grocery store or any corporation or government that wants to think it can starve us out or starve us into submission. So I agree with you, bro. I think that's something our young brothers and sisters need to know how to do is to grow, you know, understand agriculture so they can provide for themselves in terms of food, know how to build something. Man, we build it cats in backyards and in cages, man, that like the size of a bedroom, sturdy as hell too. You know, to this day I still build shit. You know, um, I think that's a necessity. Those skills of knowledge our brothers and sisters should have, knowing how to grow your own food and build for yourself, not just a shelter, but build your base, your foundation, your business, build your life. You construct what's good for you and yours, man. Yeah, you should have that ability, those skills. I agree with you on that, bro. Yes, yes. I'll tend to say, the saying, hurt people. Our people need to heal and focus on the focus. Black empowerment, not black destruction. Hurt people, hurt people. That's the truest thing, man. That's some true spirit right there. Hurt people, hurt people. Um, that's part of the problem. A lot of see can in the an indication of people being hurt. People been hurt by other people they know being hurt, so they tend to strike out and hurt back. We need to understand how to get past this, man. Like you're saying, now we got to find a way, man. We got to get to that point where we can start to heal as a people. See, because we can't focus on the focus if we're focusing on the hurt that we've endured and the hurt we want to put on others. The focus is lost in the whole, man. You know, we have to get to the point where we heal and there's healing going on so that we can start to focus. And with that focus comes empowerment. I don't disagree with you on that. Let's build, let's not destroy, especially one another. Especially one another. Conscious mind says a lot of these jobs are about to be over with by 2027. Real scared. We better stop sleeping, start investing in medical supplies, bunkers, power generators, gas masks, etc. Stay ready. Tell the truth. The age of animation, the age of robot is here. Yeah, and they're gonna incorporate at some point. It's gonna jobs will already be lost to machines. In a minute, farming jobs. People, talking about, oh, well, they can't pick this, they can't, I don't have anybody to pick this, pick that, that, that. I think all this shit is real. And all this happened for a reason. Now, on the same token, you got big farmers, let's say, for instance, for example, complaining about they have no one to pick their produce, their harvests. I think that those push the line about immigrants getting out with stage. That's part of the plan. Big corporations will mess over the white farmers too. What they'll do is they'll create some shit, where okay, farmers got to take out these government loans to buy these machines now. They're gonna do the picking. Now you get rid of the bill here. It's coming, man. It's coming. Pope Mitchell is just getting off with it, man. I need some positivity from UTG. Salute to the people. Man, here it is. It's right here. It's right here. And it's in you. So dispense with it. Put it out there, man. Let us see what you got, man. Let us see what you got. And greetings, loved one. Glad to see you in the get down. Conscious Mind says land super cheap down south, especially in Georgia. Right quick, speaking of Georgia, I caught a piece yesterday. His brother in Atlanta created plasticine, not gasoline, but plasticine fuel. He created the fuel from plastic that what's that called? Gap Pack, one of them old Dodges, something real fast. The cars, he put that shit in there, man, and had the car doing donuts and everything, going. But this, what I'm saying is, this brother is an inventor. He decided to create something. He decided to do for himself. You know, this is what we're capable of, man. We just gotta know it. We just gotta know it. That's one brother amongst millions of brothers and sisters. Guaranteed, if they get out of the mindset that Hoover and all they know and grasp onto something, that's greater, man, that will expand the mind, man, they'll come to know that too. But to such a degree where it's helpful, not just to him and his, but to us as a people. This is why I say, man, you, yeah, man, don't let that be all you know. You know, our Tony says it's easier to raise strong black children than it is to heal a sick, broken black men and women who have the wrong mindset. Life is not a game. There are no set buttons, but everyone can change. Here, I agree with you. I agree for that comment. What's up with the James Crash? Everything's good on this in-house brother today. I thought about you the last day, brother. I hope you're well, man. Good to see you in the chat, man, in part of the group, as always. Yeah. He said, what's going on with your brother Bub? That's with some blessings, OG. Love and respect to all the Hoopers. One. Yeah, man. Love and respect back to you. Love and respect to the brothers and sisters from everywhere. You know, we all need it. We all need love, man. We all need to be blessed. We all need to be helped in some form or fashion. We all need some positivity, man. We all need to know how to be productive, you know. So yeah, man, let's send that out to everybody. Jaboni, man, what it do? Jaboni said, blessed night, big bro, and blessed night to the Royal Group congregation. Yeah, I think he's doing the point that phrase, you know. We're gonna tribute that to brother Ja Barney. Thank you for that title, man, for this group. Conscious Mind says Black Friday this year is Red Friday, y'all. Boycott. Let's send that out, you know. Now, I don't need to get on some people about spending. We ain't spending nothing. We ain't gonna spend a dime. I'm with that. I'm with it. Hey man, y'all just know. I ain't frugal and thrifty. I ain't a Scrooge. I just don't like spending money unnecessarily. You know, only on what we need. Sometimes we fulfill our needs, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, let's boycott, man. Let's boycott. Real spec. I already tripping about all that shit anyway. Prices and shit. I'm like, man, no, man, you got me, man. Shit. James Cass, I'm most definitely under the groove. There you go, man. That's the vibe. Get that vibe, man. Raymond Stowe, salute right back to you, bro. He said, peace and prosperity to the group. Peace and prosperity to you as well, brother. Good to see you in this get down as always. Live and sisters, main stage, main figures, man, in this empowerment group. The Royal Group congregation, up and running, up and running. Our team said 2 decades for the streets to become what they are. Sadly, it may take decades to eradicate the gang mentality and lifestyle, but it will be a worthy fight and cause. There you go. I agree wholeheartedly. We were part of building or creating the destruction we now see in our communities, man. For those I'm gonna speak for me. I was a part of that. And yeah, decades in that, man. The behavior escalated as the years went on, The same way it took that amount of time to build this destruction we now see, it very well may take the same amount of time to dismantle it so that the brothers can live, so that sisters can live the best that they can be, man, so our people can thrive, man. I agree. I'll go on to say I do not celebrate any holidays and actively search out and patronize Black establishments. It takes effort, but I feel better for it. That's what I want. Because I ain't gonna lie. I was talking to my wife about it. I said, we know how we are as other people. We'll charge this arm and leg. I told my wife, I said, at this stage, I'm all right with that. I'd rather give it to a brother with the same product, maybe, a little more pricey in the store, whatever. But so what? I'd rather they get it, you know? So I get what you're saying. It's a little more effort on my part, and I'll be able to find exactly who and what I'm looking for when it comes to us spending our dollars with our people. So I hear you. I appreciate that insight right there, bro. I'm gonna feel better because I would feel a hell of a lot better about giving my dollar to a brother or sister than I do to these white corporations. I'm saying you, if ever my wife talk to you about me and spending money with these two, she'll tell you, boy, I be looking at the check with the cashier crazy. I know it ain't her fault. Highway robbery. Man, I be now like, man, this shit crazy. I'm tired of this shit. All right, mine is smoke jewels is dropping. It says some cities have a black chamber of commerce, like Atlanta. Atlanta has black-owned grocery stores. Check out the new Black Wall Street in Stonecrest, Georgia. Yes, this is what we need. This is what we need. I don't know if Los Angeles has a black chamber of commerce. Hmm. So we're going to research that, right? Let's see. Because if that's the case, yeah, I didn't do my due diligence to find it out, to see if that's so. Say it again. Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. They have send me the links. If they have a phone numbers, I can put that in town. For those of us who in LA and just mine, you ought to put that information in terms of what's going on in Atlanta, Georgia, about black businesses or the Black Chamber of Commerce, and to get out as well. There's no telling who can see that and use that to their benefit. Like I said, if it's about supporting black, yeah, that's what we need to be doing. That's one of the steps we can take to support black owned businesses. Frequent and patron their stores. Going to their stores and buying their products. Change cash and support black owned businesses as much as possible. Hmm. I feel left behind right now. Yeah. Fat Rock Falls, we have so supplanted by COINTELPRO that plan. Mm. COINTELPRO, peace, y'all. Michelle Hall says in 2023, Dr. Bill Relaford bought Bloom Ranch in Acton, California, making him the largest black-owned farm in LA County. We need to check them out. Yeah, LA. Yeah, Acton. Uh-huh. We've been down there a couple of times. We got to go check him out. Is there information on here? Excuse me. Yeah, check me out. Let me put him down. Let me put this information in here for the people. Man. Hold on there, everybody. Okay. Yeah. Conscious mind. Yeah. So he goes, what you say? Okay. Excuse me. James Cash first said, especially the restaurants and food joints I hit up, it's all black that I invest my money in, unless I'm hitting a Burger King or McDonald's, a pizza joint or something like that. And that's another thing. Black restaurants, black owned and operated restaurants is another one. Again, if my wife ever get on air and talk to you about me, I hate going out to eat where people don't look like me and preparing my food. I got issues with that. I just got issues with that. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. And I'm just all right. Cash says especially restaurant. Okay, I just read that. Conscious Mind says Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Houston, Philadelphia have black-owned grocery stores, bro. You mean to me LA ain't got a black-owned grocery store? What about our Muslim black-owned halal grocery store or something like that? I want to say I'm sure, but I don't know, so I'm not going to say that. Damn. Yeah. James also said the black community needs to sustain itself. We need to spend more on each other and not think twice about helping another sister or brother in need. This shit ain't a competition. It's life. Hey, I was telling you guys last week, I think it was, my sister sitting outside the bank, and I swear, it's, uh, it tore me. And like I said, I sat there for a minute to see how other people react to her. She was invisible to them. Man. She's invisible, you know. But I did what I was supposed to do. I need twice to try to make it, you know. And that sister was hungry because she made a beeline straight to I think it was some type of burger joint in that parking lot. I sat in my truck and waited. He came out, eating the bag in the something, just knocking it down. And, I left. I hope I gave him more than enough. You know, James Asher also says from LA, Oklahoma, brothers and sisters, getting with the program. This is what we need. We need our brothers and sisters involved in the program. We need our brothers and sisters involved. Straight up. You go, you say the youngsters are the next ones up. If they're not prepared and conditioned for the world, it makes the process of unity damn near impossible. If the youth don't get saved, we're in a lot of trouble. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I'm pretty sure a lot of us agree with this. Love and respect your people. Black sits up high on my one. I can relate. I can relate. Comedic, aesthetic, good to see in his down. Goes on to say after the proverb, they thought they had buried us that didn't know that we were seeds. What happens to seeds when they are buried? They grow, and like seeds, after will grow. Let me read that again. It's the African proverb. It goes like this. They thought they had buried us. I guess they didn't know that we were seeds. What happens to seeds when they are buried? They grow, and like seeds, after will we will grow. We will grow. I think we're doing it now. I think as a people, we're doing it now. Brother just said it, a lot of us say it. We're waking up now. You know, we're coming up, we're rising up, man. Here's how we are in the fight. Let's get down, y'all. Let's get down. All right. As you said, salute to everyone in the live, man. And appreciate all. We appreciate you, man. The input, your comments, brother. This is what this is about. like, share, subscribe if you see fit. But do comment, and if you in here, comment, man. We appreciate it. Number two's being dropped. Number two's. Hey, Flip, what's going on, bro? Let me see. Conscious Mind said his name is Ed Nature Jab, the young 22-year-old brother who invented plastoline. In fact, Conscious Mind, I kept that link and I have it right real close. Normally, my phone here, y'all all day. Here we go. No, this brother's name is brother's name is Julian Brown, Atlanta inventor Julian Brown makes history. He starts a car. He starts a car with fuel made from plastic. The product is called Vaseline. Gone, gone. Whole lot like it, y'all. We don't know it yet though, because a lot of us have been led to think and believe that we only know what we know. That this mess we're in, these communities that we come from that have nothing to offer us. It's a bigger picture, man. It's a bigger picture. All right, this is James Cash. He said, "Happy Thursday." He's talking to Al. Okay, y'all do your thing. But he goes on to say, "Thank you, Bub. I appreciate you more than you know, big homie. Leaders like you are the reasons other leaders are born. Your message is absolutely critical. Excuse me, crucial. Love you because of Black Strong One. Likewise, like I said, man, I was telling uh, James Cash, Alonzo Johnson, and other brothers, man, we we are the ones who empower each other. I think we're supposed to do that. You know, me, like I said, I'm just right now a facilitator for this environment we see going on right here, man. I'm just a facilitator, man. But yet, I'm I feel empowered. I'm being empowered by you guys. So I appreciate you guys more than you know. Truth to power right there, man. Um, hold on. Okay. I'm tripping. Okay. Yeah. We gonna give each other something, man. Help us do something great. Do what's right and do what's best for us. Shit. Alton said he saw that as well. Alton said I saw that as well, but plasticine, many of our tribes have geniuses within it. It only needs to be properly cultivated, not led astray. So my question last week was to one of the loved ones, um, who has influence, be it undue influence or influence otherwise, influence is influence. My question is, okay, that influence puts you in a position of leadership. You know, you're influencing people to think a certain way, to act, to say, or speak. You know, but my question is, as an influencer, what are you influencing to? If you want to be this leader, where are you leading them to? What are you leading them to? See, so not all leaders are worthy. And that was also in the comments from a few of you in the group. No, not all leaders should, or really worthy to lead. We have to lead each other in the right direction, man. I mean, if you're going to be an influencer, if you're going to be someone who wants to lead, I mean, lead them right. Like I'll say, man, don't lead them astray. Don't lead them back or deeper into the muck and mire we're already in. Lead them out of that shit. So work, man. I think you're obligated to do that, especially if you know better. Michelle Hall put in, and I'm sure everyone can see this. California Black Chamber of Commerce, uh, the CALBCC, the abbreviation, state level organization has a physical office in Inglewood, California. Hmm. Lisa Moore says on 103rd and Watt, we have a black-owned beauty supply store. If you're in the area, check them out. That's another thing that always trips me out. And this particularly about sisters or those products that sisters are interested in. The hair, the nails, the toes, most of them buy or receive, their manicures and pedicures from Asia. Quick to go to Asia. I've been going there for 3 years. You know, but I don't readily see, or I don't see a lot of black-owned beauty stores. I look for this type of stuff. I promise you, I don't even shit, but I look. I be trying to do when I'm going up whatever main thoroughfare I'm on. I look to see if it's black owned, and sometimes you can tell. You know, sometimes work I'll say, well, they got one in such and such and such and such. But for the most part, these beauty supply stores, Asians, and I think, if I'm correct, the Indians are getting into the game now. You know, the Indians are getting into the game. Yeah. The black is in the game. And guess what? Most of the blacks do that shit. And I don't think it makes it sound derogatory or anything, but most what they this is what you can get that recession coming on, man, in a week. And I can't wait to have this conversation with them because I want to ask questions that I only sisters should be able to answer. You know what I mean? That's why you guys never hear me talk about our black women issues, concerns, or circumstances. Because I can answer. I can answer none of it. I can't speak to it. This is why I can't wait to have a sister's perspective on this platform. Because I have some questions. And I would like to have some prepared statements or questions from the group, or anybody for that matter, to ask the sisters to see if we can have a dialogue, if they can, impart to us greater understanding, or just, into the life they are living. Because sisters go through it. Sisters go through it, man. Sisters going through it more than us. They always have. They always been the ones that get treated the worst. Okay. Thomas said, since the prices may be slightly higher, I think it's because the lack of patronization from our community as a whole. I would agree with that. It was like I told my wife, I was prepared. I am prepared for that. No problem. Because, like I said, I'd rather patronize your canal. I'd rather give you these dollars than, keep giving my dollars to somebody who, and I have to say, they'll take my dollars and they'll educate theirs in the same education they have about us and a whole lot of other stuff and continue to build their stuff up while my community owners are reaping the benefits of my dollars. Theirs. So yeah, I'm more than one man. Okay, Michelle Hall dropped another gem for us. Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce, GLAC. GLAAACC acronym. This business organization is for the greater Los Angeles area, focused on economic resources and advocacy, advocacy for Black business. Excuse me, y'all. I know the word. Oh my God. But thank you anyway. Yeah. So there that is, guys. Let's check them out as well. See, now that we have this information, oh, I don't have a problem. I'm not going to hesitate, to inquire, get at them, okay, what do we have? What can I buy? You know, I want to become a part of the solution. Comedic Aesthetics says Compton have one Central and Rosecrans, sister named Kia, on the grocery outlet. The Black Mayor put the red tape there a few years ago, announced. Put the red tape there a few years ago now. Is it still there? Comedic also goes on to say, and now, excuse me, there's a double part. There's another part to this statement. So anyway, the Black Mayor cut the red tape there a few years ago, announced it as the first Black grocery store in Los Angeles. Rosecrans is Central. Okay. Altius also says there are a few places on Crenshaw, not like grocery stores, but more like health food stores with produce, fruits, and the like. And that's the thing because I don't eat meat. My thing is about vegetables, man. Fruits and vegetables. I don't eat no meat. Eat a little fish, but no meat. That's what we're looking into. Lisa Moore also says we have a Black-owned grocery store in Compton off of Central Rosecrans, Rabbi. Okay, yeah, the sister just told us that. Was that Comedic? Yeah, that was Comedic. Okay, so Lisa knows about it, Comedic knows about that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Same person, bro. Oh, okay. Conscious Mind, that's the same person. Julian Brown is the same person. Nature Dad is his YouTube channel. All right. James Bass is 1000% on Ascending Eagle. We've seen you before. Good to have you in this get down. All right. Appreciate you, Dave. Praises, man, to the Most High, man. Peace to the gods, man. We see you. Appreciate your presence in this get down. He says, hey, to the Elohim and the gods. All right. Come back. Come back. Stay a part of this right here, man. It's a pleasure to have you in here with us and sending you. These some more Black-owned restaurants off of Manchester, Wings and Pot, and Mr. Fries off 139th and West. Look them up, y'all. Yeah, we have to become more involved. I think spending my dollars with a Black man or woman, I would feel better. I would feel better, as a consumer, knowing, okay, man, my dollars going here. And hopefully these establishments are vested, not just their businesses in the community, but vested in the community that they're located in. That would be a trust. That would be a trust. Trust and know, man. Yeah, we got to get this thing right, man. If you want to get, if you can't find those things that you want, especially when you talk about produce, the vegetables and stuff, you can grow your. You can grow your. That wouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. If you got some dirt in your backyard and a water hose, some seeds, man, dig up that grass and turn it over. Well, remove the grass as best you can. And, plant them seeds about 2-3 inches down that dirt, maybe 4. And water that. Hey, man, don't water every day. You don't want to drown it. Man, initially you want to starve it. Keep that light on over there. Shit, that shit gonna grow like it grows. Too. Once that sun hit it, you know, them UV rays, that stuff we used to growth. You got your own garden. I remember I had 5 rows, maybe 6 rows of different vegetables. And I actually took pride in it. And believe it or not, I was game banging at the time. I was game banging at the time. You know, and growing fruit of growing vegetables. Then at grandma's house on 79th Hoover, I was growing in her backyard. I wasn't successful in that because she discovered it, she pulled all that shit up. And don't be coming in my house toasting. Man, I miss grandma, man. Yeah, y'all. We have to y'all. We have to apply ourselves. That's all. You know, we have to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And again, I think the only way to get to that understanding that reasoning or that rationale is to start focusing on what matters, what really matters. You know, self and family. And if you want to take care of self and family, those things that you need to do in order to do that will come to you. You'll know what you have to do. And if you don't know something, you're going to be in a position, your frame of mind will put you in a position to go, okay, let me go figure this out. So that I can do this, produce this, provide. It's real stuff, man. Real stuff. We in this game, and this stuff is real. The house is real. It's not a game. These young brothers are taking this thing like a game. These young brothers acting like, man, life is a game. And then we got other brothers, older, alive, just looking and letting them play at life. Letting them play at it, man. That's all they're doing. They're playing it. We got to do things we need to do, man. Create a better situation for all our. We just have to. Well, look, it's time. I'm so. Woo. You okay? Yeah, hey, everybody. Yeah, man, it's all love, man. It's all love. I love you enough to, love this person I'm with, man. I love her to death. I'm only because I've learned to love myself. That's the truth. So my message, man, the words I want to start with are these: love yourself. You have to love yourself. It's the only way, man, you're gonna be able to love someone else. But I'm telling you about love yourself. You want to do better for yourself when you do. You know what I mean? You want to do better. You want to do more. You want to progress, grow, evolve. I think that's the beauty in that. The God's beauty. I think the main component of the God's beauty is love. You gotta love yourself, man. You gotta love yourself. All right. You love yourself, you can love someone else. And that's just the way it goes. Especially our own. All right. I see you, Wiz 1102. Shout out back to you. Appreciate you down, brother. Appreciate you get down. Wiz 1102. That's a new one. Welcome. You are in this series under the Google Podcast. This is where we hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. Everything is above board. We keep it solid, man. To have you here and join us, it's the beauty, man. It's appreciated, man, and it is acknowledged as well. I want to say to the group, to the Royal Group congregation, hey, man, peace and love. Take care of yourself so that you take care of someone else. Man, love yourself in order for you to love somebody else, man. With that love, a whole lot, trust, whole lot, you know, all kinds of things come in conjunction with love. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be open up to you. Door number 2, I see you. Texas Love, Groove. Excuse me, Texas Love, Groovy. Right back to you, love one. Good to see you back. But everybody has an obligation, I think, first to love themselves. You got to. It's the only way you can spread that and hand it over, or supply it, and be willing to give it to somebody else. But love yourself so you can love the person next to you. Take care of yourself so that you are able to take care of each other. I think it goes hand in hand. It's been beautiful, all right? And Grand Rising, man, being a success. We are all here, man. Like I said, this is the moment, in the moment. Appreciate it, all right? You are, you have been, and you will under the grove. Take care, loved ones. All right. Patient.
Tripping off a life, black woman's point of view. Can't afford to slip on legs, breaking loose. Ooh, I think we really need a truce. A lot of mixing love all up in that juice. Status legendary, powerful, very divine. Intervene until it's scary. I gotta pay my condolences. Rest in power, Bloody Mary. Flowing through my veins, cycle of pain. Confident with all intent, but not pain. We gotta make a change. Hard to survive if things remain the same. Black and beautiful as ever, but naked all the time. No, never. Young queen, you fire. We wanna see your business attire. To all my kings, get off them skinny jeans. Cut the sack, some slack. See, we remember how it used to be. We want you to bring that back. 7 years of days long, the thrill is gone. See, this is me letting you hang on. She gon' sing that song. Rock's flexing her strong. Music is my method, never neglected. But I use it to relax when it's hectic. Flexing her vibe. Heart full of love and it's all the way live. Rock's gon' keep it righteous and keep it true. It's not what they say, only what they do. Roxy the Duchess, you see that Roxy